Welcome to the Founders Lounge, where business meets bullshit and everything in between.
That'd be cool, though.
And that's what she said.
All right, we'll go with that. There's our first punchline rolling start. That's good, man.
That's what she said. All right, I got a fresh scene in, man. I'm ready to go.
Let's rock it.
You know what we're going to talk about today?
Well, you prepped me before we started, but yeah, let's act like.
So, my youngest daughter, Gracie, stepdaughter, Gracie, she comes in the other night. She's home for like, I don't know, an hour. She comes upstairs and she's got this bag. I'm like, what is that? She goes, I just DoorDashed a candy bar. I sat like almost straight up. I'm like, what? You just DoorDashed a candy bar. Have you heard about this Dubai chocolate bar?
Apparently, I heard about it. I got a 16 and a 13-year-old.
Apparently, it's a thing on TikTok.
Can't get them to stop talking about it. It's crazy, man.
Apparently, it's this unbelievable chocolate bar from Dubai. I'm not gonna lie. I ate half of one.
Pistachio and stuff in it, right? Yeah.
It's unbelievable. But the candy bar was like $8.
They made it for like.
She freaking DoorDashed this thing to the house. It's unbelievable.
I don't look surprised because I'm going through with Grayson, our son. He's 16. He works on Saturdays at a warehouse. Great employer. Love the guys. Might pull in about $80 a Saturday working down there. And I go into his debit account and see that he's spent about $50 on DoorDash. And this chocolate stuff is like out of control.
Isn't that crazy?
Well, it is, and I'm trying to like think back, like in our 40s, like what was the impulse? We didn't have DoorDash, man.
So that's what I want. That's what I want.
Pizza in the summer, and you would be like, "Oh, damn, they're gonna actually bring it to the house."
That's what I want to get into today. I'm gonna call it the Gen Z mentality. I don't mean that to demonize the kids. It's a lot different.
We've turned into the old guys. That's what's happening,
man.
Yeah, this is what our grandfathers used to sit around and be like, these damn kids.
Yeah, these fucking little pricks.
Yeah, exactly.
I love the TikToks now that are the Gen Xers making fun of the Gen Zers.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You seen these?
Yeah.
And then they're talking about the 90s stuff. And in my mind, I'm only going back like 20 years, and I'm thinking, oh, fuck.
It's crazy, man. You see.
That was 30 years ago.
Dude, like the Pantera. We talk about Pantera or any of the bands, the deathcore bands or punk bands we listen to. Those are oldies. Like my kids are listening. Grayson has Pantera on vinyl. And he's like, have you ever heard this song? It's like, I mean, it's ancient, but I'm like, dude, I've heard this song. Now it's in mosh pits at one point with this song. Now it's soft listening.
It's wild.
Anyway, go for your thing, man.
But just what am I trying to say here? They DoorDash everything. They want everything brought to it's just like very fast.
Instant gratification, man.
Instant gratification. Yeah. That's the word I was looking for. I was having a brain fart. I just see it all over the place now. And it's wild to me. And I'm not saying it's bad. I mean, shit, some of it, I'm 45 and I do it now. I mean, it's just the way life is.
Yeah, it's made life accessible to a degree.
But to a business, it's changed the game.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you're not adapting to some of these practices, you're getting left way the hell behind. I mean, we just started like a DoorDash Direct for different services for our business. We've been on DoorDash and third-party deliveries for our food forever.
Yeah.
But the game is changing. So now they're delivering other stuff. And like these kids, man, like they're DoorDashing coffees.
Like cookies.
A $12 an employee. I walked in the kitchen the other day and they DoorDash Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts is 2 doors down.
Dude, Crumble Cookies, I see. I mean, we have access. We set up our kids' bank accounts. You know, they earn money or they get money for presents. We put it in the bank account. So I can see what's being drawn out on their debit. I would say 40, 50% of it's always a DoorDash. And it's stupid. Excuse me. It's like stupid shit. It's like a cookie. A friggin' cookie. And they have to pay the premium because it's a small It's not stupid.
Now, I will say,
taco.
If you haven't like found Instacart yet, you haven't lived. Like, oh my God, where was this fucking 50 years ago?
Yeah,
that'll change your life. Instacart and groceries to your house. That's a different story.
It's huge. That's different. I think that's different because you work all day long. You still got to go home and have food.
Do you guys use Instacart?
Yeah, from time to time.
So you're not like a regular?
No.
Neither are we, but
I'm weird, dude. I actually like going into the grocery store. I'm that dude. Like, I like to see what I'm going to buy, man.
Man, before I got married, before I met Yvonne, I'd meet chicks in the grocery store.
Well, yeah, it was great.
You
That's
used to be
probably
able to
what
pull some
it
game in a
conditions.
grocery
No, I
store.
mean grocery stores where you went.
You go to a grocery store now and you hit on a chick, you're getting punched.
Oh God, yeah, you're gonna get in a lot of trouble at this point of our lives. But it was different. It was just good times back then.
Did you ever walk around and like go to the fruit section and grab a pineapple and turn it upside down in your cart and just
No.
walk around and see who?
No, I didn't do that.
I always tell Yvonne when we go grocery shopping, I try to mess with her a few times. She's like, "The fuck are you doing?"
Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
It's so
you make a lot of
funny.
friends that way, though.
Yeah. But anyway, I wanted to talk about that and how that translates into business and customer service. So one thing I've noticed it a lot in our company, being fully transparent. And again, this isn't I'm not demonizing these kids for doing this or talking bad about them, but it is something that you need to pay attention to if you own a business, is putting these younger kids from this younger generation as being the face or the forefront of your business when they're the first one, so the first line of contact that your customers come into. And we harp on this all the time with our staff, our franchisees and their staff. We're always like, look, when a customer comes in the door, they need to be treated like it's their freaking birthday every day.
It's critical.
You need to imagine a bag that has $100,000 in it over their head, and that's, essentially what they're worth over the course of their lifetime. And so every time one of these kids doesn't say hi or doesn't engage or, just doesn't acknowledge them, they're probably not going to come back.
Yeah, you have a bricks and mortar experience that you provide, and you're 100. They're the gatekeepers, man. In our world with an agency, all of our meetings, we don't do a lot of local work. You guys are you're the local family for us. Everything else is out of town, so we do a lot of Zooms. That became okay during COVID and became almost the preferred way to meet now. Regardless, our issue is the kind of optics of someone looking like they're bored on a Zoom. Same point, like the economy of the client you're with could be, if you think the lifetime value, and they see that shit. They see it. They see that so-and-so is looking like they would rather be at a funeral than on that meeting. It does not leave a good feeling.
No, it doesn't. And we get
or
reviews,
anything, man. Yeah.
Reviews about it, and those will kill you.
They'll kill you, man. Oh, reviews? Like Google? Yeah.
Those will kill your business quickly. So, we're always telling these guys, hey, if you're going to put these younger kids up front, that's fine. But you got to find the ones that are outgoing, the ones that are, that are bubbly and cheery and that are going to, want to be up there and smile and to be honest with you, want to talk and run their mouth.
Well, I mean, I think the problem was back and we're just going to full circle back to our generation. The idea that communications and personality is a soft skill might have applied when we were growing up, because there was a lot more one-on-one contact. So you just know, you shake someone's hand, you make eye contact. As we've grown and generations have come up, those have kind of they're not there anymore, man.
No.
So it is not a soft skill anymore to be able to communicate, hold a conversation. And I think too many businesses, and I was probably guilty of this too, just assumed, oh, why wouldn't you smile when someone walks through the door and say, hey, how's it going? Thanks for coming in. Go grab, for us, it's like, hey, can I get you a water? We're going to be meeting in the conference room.
So what do you think did it? I think I know what did it.
I think I sound like a boomer right now. I mean, I think we were talking about Gary Vee earlier. He has a skit or whatever the hell you want to call it, a podcast, where he says, you can be the dick, and this is his words, that sits there and fights it, or you can be the guy that adopts to it, basically. And he's talking about, but it is digital. And now Gary Vee is actually starting to change his tune a little bit. Like, I love it, because you can see his progression where he's kind of like, well, it's not all or none, right? You can, don't be the guy that's like, no, I'm not going to do it, but also have some expectations of the people that were raised around it. Give me a friggin' break. You can't look me in the eye? Then train yourself.
Sure.
Hell, you're going to Toastmasters. Like, we are all doing. That's called evolving as a human. So,
to me, I think it comes down to devices.
Devices, yeah.
I mean, if you look at these kids, some of these kids now, they, especially if they were born after the millennium, they were growing up with a phone and an iPad in their hands. I can't knock that. I never, I have two beautiful stepdaughters that I've been in their life for a very long time. So I'm not going to give anybody parenting advice. I'd be a prick if I sat here and did that. But I get it. I know why they do it, right? It's to calm them down.
In a lot of ways, hey, man, I'm not giving parenting advice. Again, we have 2 kids, 16, 13. They're in that generation. Dude, it's also because we use those devices as
Sure.
babysitters, right? It's on us.
That's what I mean.
But
Like,
now it's coming home to roost because those damn things are
yeah.
like
But I
crack.
think it got away from those foundational skills being taught to those kids.
100%. I mean, we've been maybe more vigilant, just like you and Yvonne, because of the business you're in. Like we have literally, this sounds really outdated, but this is, a young man should hold the door for his sister or a woman.
Walk on the outside of the
Walk on,
sidewalk.
yeah. Like, I mean, and I've really tried to just take the principles that our parents and my folks taught me. Does it always hold up? Hell no. I mean,
We were always
like,
taught, look them in the eye, shake their hand.
right?
Don't look at the ground.
Yeah.
Reach out, shake their hand, look them in the eye.
And my kids are good at that. They're good at that. But you're right. The full circle of what that looks like in a business it's something that as business owners we have to start teaching again.
Now, on the flip side, I could argue the other side of this coin, and we see it in our business all the time. So we have the issue in the brick and mortars with our front counter staff not engaging and not being very, what I'll call, personable, right?
Yes.
But those kids are freaking rock stars on social media.
Yeah, I know.
It's weird. I don't understand the dynamic. They're like, in person, they're like looking at the ground and they're shy and they're timid and they don't want to do the personal interaction. Throw a freaking iPhone in their hand, they're a rock star. And I'm like,
person.
why? I don't understand the correlation.
It's the veil. It's the digital veil. Who knows? I mean, they can definitely teach me a lot when it comes to having an online narrative when I run a damn agency.
Like Gracie, well, I can't use Gracie as an example because she's a little bubbly and she's
pretty outgoing.
She's
real
very
outgoing.
She is very outgoing. But the kid is like, when she does I laugh my ass off at her
She's
shit.
good, yeah.
And then she's like, sometimes she's real shy to do it and she doesn't do it a lot. I'm like, why don't you do this more often? It's funny. It's engaging. It's funny, but it just cracks me up that I see the two different sides of it. Like where they're scared to greet somebody when they come in the door. Hey, welcome to Clean Eats. Can I help you? And do that sort of thing. That same kid will grab his phone, walk around the corner, and do a reel that'll make somebody laugh their pants off.
Oh yeah, or like same in our house. Like I'll hear the kids. I still call them kids. They're basically really bad roommates at this point. But I'll hear them talking to their friends. I'm like, man, where was this when we introduced them to so and so that we passed on the street? And it's not, it's just the environment of where they were raised in, I guess. But from a business standpoint, to what you were saying, it's impacted how we do business, and not necessarily in a negative way, but it has to be addressed. It's kind of like, what was it, Mark Twain or someone, I probably totally butcher, is like, they will never remember what you said to them, they'll remember how you made them feel.
Yeah.
Body language, communications, just being present like you want to be in front of that person could dictate that person coming back to you or hopping on another Zoom with us to talk about brand development. And I think it's our responsibility to make sure, as you've said before, is that we're communicating that to them. Like, don't just assume they know the larger narrative of like, hey, this customer right here, you might think they're just coming in to get a wrap, but if you treat them like garbage, you're walking away from whatever the dollar figure for a lifetime customer is.
I mean, I even did it with our support staff, our corporate team at the office. The first team meeting we had when we moved in the building, I said, look, guys, we're used to working in an old warehouse.
Yeah.
Right. Our offices were in the front of the warehouse for the longest time. I said, but now we're in a brand new facility. The restaurant's right next door. We keep the front door locked for solicitors. They can't come in and out. I said, but we're going to have a ton of guests coming through here. So anytime, doesn't matter, you see me or somebody walking through the building, stop what you're doing, get up, shake their hand, introduce yourself, and then go right back to what you're doing. That right there, the minute somebody walks into our facility, they're never going to want to leave.
No, and
they're going to want to come back.
It's an attention level that they're not used to getting. You're right, man. I think those are like these little soft, we would call soft, I don't even call it soft skill. It's not. Little touch points are a differentiator. We talked about this before. It's like people saying, I love going into a Clean Eats. They help me. Or Bonsai, man, you guys are actually funny. You're enjoyable. That is an elevator. That takes you way above any deliverable product, service. It's how they felt when that was delivered to them that's what keeps me going back to the business. I'm loyal as hell. But the minute I feel like I'm on the outside or they're not present, I'm probably going to start shopping around.
So where are you seeing this in the marketing world? If you were talking to somebody that was you know, that had a marketing agency or somebody like that. Where are you seeing this?
I think it's very in weird way because we both have different businesses. It's very similar to what you just said. It's in if you have an agency or if you have a marketing team, quite frankly, that's going to be doing external where they're going to be actually potentially in front of customers to get testimonial videos, right? It's the one-on-one moments what we've seen is they're not aware of how they're presenting, but at the same time, they're beasts when it comes to presenting the content they've captured onto the digital. So it's like I need and we need and you need their knowledge and expertise of growing up in that environment to tell the story in captivating ways. But capturing the story, you also have to be a human. Like when you're capturing the story, like be real. So that's it. And then we've had some brands that have hired internally, and it's kind of not only the, hey, I don't want to be social. I'm not asking forced camaraderie. We're talking about just if you're in front of someone of importance, which is all of our clients, all of your customers, and a team member, act like you give a shit. But it's also this fight or flight. The minute they're told to do that, they're like, screw it, I'm out of here. That's another problem. It's kind of like there is no tether.
Well, man, I feel
I got a job, and my dad, I remember telling me like, this is a good 3 to 5 year plan for you. You stay, and like you did your job. You were thankful you had it.
well, you guys have a whole nother animal, which is probably could be a whole nother podcast, and we can do one on it. Is the whole creator mindset.
It's difficult.
Most creators now, they want to be in a hole by themselves and work remote and do that sort of thing. And it's I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. I don't want to use the word pet peeve, but it's kind of a pet peeve of mine.
You've been open about
that. If we hire our own creator, a graphic designer, a media person, something like that, every time, well, can I work remote? I want you in our office.
Yeah.
I want you, interacting with our team, because that's just going to make your work, the content that you produce, is going to be more personable. It's going to reflect our brand better. You're not going to get that if you're disconnected from the rest of the team, sitting in your basement putting graphics together.
Yeah, like on an island. I mean, it's a tricky dance. You're right. Like for us, it's the deadline, the quality, and the outcome. But you have to, and we have hybrid. But you're right. You have to have known the team for some time before you can even do that. You have to have known the brand. And if you're working from an island and you're isolated, you fall way back to the point where you're not even really considered for other career growth things as the agency or the brand grows.
Now, playing devil's advocate, because I like to do that, I like to understand both sides of the coin and some of the ways that somebody thinks. A lot of those guys like to freelance.
Yeah, I mean, it's gig economy, and it's totally creative. It's like being a musician. Now, if I hired you to do a show out in Vegas, hey, Don Verity, the amazing honky tonk tunes of Don Verity,
man,
right?
What do you think that would sound like?
Terrible. But say you're in the what's the hell's that thing? The Sphere. Like you still might. You have your shows on Tuesday nights, but you still might go and play. And it's a weird. I mean, trust me, bud. I was always told you had a 9-to-5 job unless we needed you to work extra hours and you're at a desk. And that was in journalism, man. That was like, it's just changed. I've been managing creative teams, development teams for 20 years. If you look at when I was editing and managing designers and stuff on that, and it's changed. They want freedom.
Where do you teach this to your clients? Do you guys have like an avenue? Like if you pick up a new client tomorrow that's a breakfast cafe, for example, and you're trying to help them like build their brand, do you guys have a piece of that you're teaching those business owners from a marketing aspect, I guess? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think. Well, two things, and this is whether you're at an agency level or at a franchise level. I feel that it is your job, when I say your, being franchisor or mine as co-owner, to protect your team. And this could be right or wrong. You can say, Steve, I totally disagree with you, but to protect your team from those they serve. And what I mean by that, and I'll give from an example, you have a strong corporate team. You would not likely give every single franchisee direct access to that corporate team. Just as you guys are different, man. You guys direct access to anyone upon that you want. We're buddies, and we've earned that relationship. But in most cases, there's someone in the front who's kind of the guardian. And so no one would ever know where the work's being done at, as long as the work's being done with quality, professionalism, and on time. They're thrilled. So I don't think that's what you're asking, but it's an important play that the team is kind of insulated to a degree. Where we teach it to clients for us is through the account director. They have a different lane in the chain of command. They are available in most cases 24/7 for emergencies. And like we have very specific, you will reply within the same business. I don't know if this is where you're going with it, but I think you lean on and then like in your case, it would be probably a manager or something where they set the tone.
Or like a CMO.
Or a CMO, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. CMO. I mean, the CMO is the linchpin between everyone that is involved in that marketing system or the marketing wheel. There's all these spokes. There's agencies of record. There's corporate teams. There's PR maybe. But that CMO is the hub, right?
She's the POC.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it, man. And as long as the client respects that or the franchisee respects that, then you've done your job to train them. That's how I look at it.
Well, let's give them a takeaway.
Well, we started this talking about the differences in like younger.
Yeah. So, I mean, my takeaway for you guys that are listening is we're growing up in a new generation. You've got a new generation of team members, staff members, partners, you name it. But don't get away from those foundational things that we were taught when we were kids. Look people in the eye, treat them good, that sort of thing. And I think that's going to be vital if those people are the first point of contact that your customers see, the first, point of contact in a relationship for the business, anything like that. You've got to make sure that you have somebody that can understand that, can look people in the eye and have what I call the 3-foot game.
Yeah.
Be able to have a conversation face to face or, like you said on a Zoom, pay attention to the camera, make sure that you're present. Don't sit here and be typing, emails out while you're trying to type a Zoom. And here I am throwing stones in a glass house. Cause when we have, we were just talking about this, when we have meetings, I am the worst, the absolute worst. I'm at the end of the conference table.
I'm the same way.
Hacking away, man.
But that's in my takeaway would be that too, is best you can lead by example. Let's be honest. You're running a major business, man. Your rules for you, and I'm sorry, are going to be a little different than rules for someone whose job it is to communicate. My takeaway for everyone is exactly what you said, but also don't assume that they know what you expect. And you're talking about creating an experience. You've got to outline what that experience needs to be. Like you said, hey, when they walk in here, if they walk past you, give them a wave, say, hey. We do the same. And I have a rule. If someone walks into our office, if it's a client, someone gets up, offers them a water. Hey, so-and-so will be like, make sure that they understand this is the Acme brand experience. Because I think I used to just assume because that's just how we would do it. It's not the case anymore, man. It's just not. It's not a soft skill. Personality is not a soft skill anymore. Communications. And we know this. Communications can make or break it. So.
Well, on that note, till next time, guys.
Good job, brother.